All right, so get ready
Okay.
for a deep dive into this book
Mm-hmm.
that's sparked, well, I don't know about fortunes.
Yeah.
There's definitely a lot of debate over the years.
Right.
Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah. It's a classic.
It really is, and we've got a few different perspectives on it for this deep dive.
Oh, cool.
We've got a couple of book reviews, kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum,
Interesting.
and then a blog post that just kind of lays out the core ideas.
Okay, so we're getting like a
A
broad view.
Yeah, broad view of this thing.
Nice.
I think what's really wild is that, this book is almost a century old,
I know, it's crazy.
and people are still talking about it.
Yeah,
It's like this cornerstone of the whole self-help genre.
definitely.
But then you've got some people who just find it incredibly irritating.
Well, I think that's what's so fascinating about it. It's
Right.
that,
Tension.
it's that tension. Yeah. It's so popular. So many people swear by it.
And then you have others who are just like, ugh,
Yeah.
this is just the worst.
Yeah. Is it really can a book like this
Right.
really lead you to wealth? Or is it
Yeah, is it just hype,
just hype?
or is there something to it?
Yeah, did Hill tap into some universal truth about success?
Yeah.
Or is it just clever marketing? You know?
Right.
So to try and figure that out, we
Yeah.
got to kind of unpack what Hill was actually saying.
Okay.
And luckily, this blog post lays out his core principles pretty nicely.
Perfect. So the foundation
Yeah.
of it all, like the core idea,
Yeah.
is this idea that thoughts are things.
All right.
Like our thoughts have this power
Power to shape our reality.
to shape reality. Yeah.
Okay.
So he spent years interviewing all these successful businessmen,
Oh, right.
supposedly under the guidance of Andrew Carnegie himself.
Didn't he? Yeah.
Although one of the reviews we have
Oh,
kind of throws some shade on that.
really?
Yeah.
A little controversy right off the bat. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, well, so
Yeah.
he believes in the power of belief and visualization,
Definitely.
and that's kind of distilled in these famous 13 steps to riches.
Right.
And some of them are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, specialized knowledge.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like focus on what's relevant to your goal.
Right, exactly.
But then there are others that are,
Oh, yeah.
well, let's just say a bit more out there.
Yeah, out there is putting it mildly.
Yep.
The one that always raises eyebrows is this sex transmutation thing.
Oh, right.
Channeling sexual energy into other pursuits
Right.
to fuel your ambition and drive.
Yeah.
Definitely not something you hear in every self-help book.
Yeah. That one's a bit much for me, I got to say.
Yeah.
But there are others that still seem pretty relevant, even today.
Oh, totally.
Like burning desire.
Yeah, he's big on that one.
Yeah, like it's not enough to just want something.
Right.
You need to be,
Consumed by it.
yeah, like obsessed with achieving it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that kind of intensity of desire
Right.
ties into the idea of faith,
Okay.
which for him meant believing so deeply in your goal
Yeah.
that it feels inevitable.
Like you can already see it.
Yeah, it's already happening.
Okay.
And he even suggests using auto-suggestion,
Oh, interesting.
constantly repeating these affirmations
Right.
to program your subconscious.
Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
Have you ever, I'm curious, have you ever actually tried using affirmations?
I have, yeah.
Do they actually work?
I think,
Or is it just kind of,
yeah, it's just wishful thinking.
yeah, wishful thinking?
It's funny, I've tried them a few times,
Yeah.
and I felt a little silly.
Yeah, like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Totally, but I think for some people, it's a
Right.
really powerful way to kind of reframe those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
And,
Boost your self-belief.
boost your self-belief, yeah.
Yeah.
But for others, it can feel forced
Yeah.
or inauthentic,
Right.
So it's about finding what works for you.
True. True.
Yeah.
Okay, well, back to Hill.
Yeah.
Another principle that really stood out to me was this emphasis on imagination.
Oh, yeah, he was big on that.
He believed that it was like,
The source of all great ideas.
yeah, drawing from both existing knowledge and what he called infinite intelligence.
Right.
Like this kind of universal consciousness almost.
Yeah, it sounds a little spiritual.
A little spiritual.
Yeah.
And this is where some of the criticism comes in, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Like critics argue that he relies too much on,
Right, all this mystical jargon.
yeah, mystical jargon
Yeah.
and doesn't really pay enough attention to
Yeah, the practical reality.
practical stuff
Yeah.
of how to actually achieve wealth.
Right. And that's something our sources definitely highlighted.
Oh, yeah.
One reviewer was pretty harsh, actually.
Oh, really?
Called the book tedious and full of pseudoscience.
And they also pointed out that Hill kind of ignores all these systemic barriers that exist,
Yeah.
like discrimination based on race, gender, class.
That's a valid point for sure.
Yeah.
Hill's writing, it can feel very individualistic.
Right.
Like, if you just think the right thoughts,
Yeah.
you can overcome anything.
Right.
But we know that's not always the case.
Right.
You know,
There are things outside of yourself that
external factors.
external factors
Yeah.
that can really affect your chances.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally.
So while Think and Grow Rich might offer some good insights about the power of mindset,
Right.
it's important to take it with a grain of salt
For sure.
and acknowledge that there's no magic formula.
Yeah, no magic bullet.
Yeah, no magic bullet.
Right.
His ideas can be powerful,
Definitely.
but you have to apply them thoughtfully.
Yes.
With an awareness of
the real world.
the real world and all its complexity.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between the internal, that power of belief,
Right.
and the external, the actual challenges and opportunities
The real world.
that are out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, before we dive into all 13 steps,
Okay.
let's shift gears for a second
Okay.
and talk about one of the most intriguing parts of this book,
Okay.
the mystery surrounding Hill's secret.
He claims there's a secret to wealth hidden within the book.
A secret.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he encourages readers to, really dig deep and see if they can uncover it.
So it's like a treasure hunt
Yeah.
for the mind.
Yeah, exactly.
But it also makes you wonder, if it's so powerful, why not just say it?
Right. Why be so cryptic about it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did say it, but in a way that,
You need to,
requires a certain level of understanding or self-awareness to really grasp.
I see.
So maybe the real secret is
Okay.
the journey of self-discovery
Oh, interesting.
that the book prompts,
Yeah, that's a really interesting take.
Yeah.
It's less about a specific formula
Yeah.
and more about, who you become.
Yeah, the transformation you go through as you,
Right.
wrestle with these ideas
Right.
and apply them to your own life.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of wrestling with things,
Yeah.
he has this whole chapter about the 6 ghosts of fear,
Oh, yeah, the 6 ghosts.
which he argues are really just states of mind.
Right. They only have power if you let them.
Okay.
And he lists them as fearless poverty,
Okay.
criticism, ill health,
Hmm.
loss of love, old age, and death.
Some of these seem
Yeah, some of them seem a little
outdated,
outdated.
a little dramatic,
Or-
like fear of old age.
Yeah.
I think most people are more worried about running out of money before
Right.
they get old
Exactly.
than just getting old.
Totally.
But I think the underlying idea is still relevant.
Yeah, I think so too.
Fear can be paralyzing.
Oh,
And he's encouraging us to kind of,
confront it.
confront it head on.
Yeah.
Choose faith and courage instead.
Choose faith over fear.
Yeah.
Right.
So instead of letting fear control us,
Right.
we should acknowledge it,
Yeah.
challenge it,
Challenge it.
and then focus on what we can control,
Exactly.
our actions and our mindset.
Exactly. And that brings us back to
Okay.
Hill's emphasis on taking action.
Right.
He's really clear that just reading the book
Yeah.
or thinking positive thoughts
Right. It's not
is
enough.
not
It's not enough. You got to do something.
you got to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to actually put these principles into practice.
Right.
Even if it means starting small
Okay.
and making mistakes along the way.
So it's about that burning desire,
Yes.
but actually
Translating it into action.
translating it into
Concrete steps.
concrete steps, consistent effort.
Yes.
It's like he's saying, don't just dream it, be about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where his practical advice comes in.
Okay, like what?
So he suggests things like
Yeah.
writing down your goals with a deadline,
Okay.
visualizing their achievement twice a day.
Okay.
Things that, a lot of people find helpful,
Right.
even if they don't agree with all the,
Yeah, the more out there stuff.
the more mystical stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
He even suggests writing down a list of your fears and burning it,
Oh, wow.
like a symbolic,
Like a ritual
like a ritual
to release them.
to release their hold over you.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of
Yeah, the idea of actively
very confronting.
confronting and challenging them.
Yeah.
And then let's not forget the importance of your people.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hill was a big believer in having a mastermind,
The mastermind.
a group of supportive and inspiring people.
Okay.
He thought it was crucial for success.
So it's like, don't try to do it all alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn from others.
Learn from the best.
Yeah.
And this ties back to the infinite intelligence thing. Like,
Yeah.
there's this vast pool of knowledge out there.
Yeah.
And if we connect with others,
Yeah.
we can tap into that.
Right.
And it can help us grow.
Okay, and one of our sources, Polly Castor,
Oh, yeah, I love her.
she talks about this really cool idea,
Oh, what is it?
creating a mental cabinet of doors.
Oh, I love that concept.
So, even if you can't physically meet with Oprah
Right.
or Nelson Mandela
Yeah.
for a coffee chat,
Yeah, exactly.
I could still, imagine having a conversation with them.
Yeah, imagine seeking their guidance.
Oh,
It's about tapping into that wisdom and experience,
Right.
even if the connection is just in your mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that can be helpful for,
Totally.
like, decision-making,
Yeah, problem solving.
staying motivated
Yeah.
when things get tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, before we wrap up this section,
Okay.
I want to address one of the biggest criticisms of Hill's work.
His kind of naive view of
Mhm.
systemic barriers to wealth.
Yeah, our reviewers brought that up.
Yeah, they did.
Like, one source argued that
Yeah.
Hill's whole focus on individual effort
Right.
kind of
And
ignored
where's the real impact
the real impact.
of social and economic inequalities?
Right.
It's true that Hill doesn't spend much time
Yeah.
acknowledging those factors.
Yes, race, gender.
Yeah, socioeconomic status
Yeah.
and how they can influence someone's chances.
Right.
So while his message of self-reliance
Yeah.
can be inspiring,
Yeah,
it's important to recognize
Right.
that not everyone starts from the same place.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I think there's a nuance to this critique
Okay.
because while he may not explicitly address these systemic issues,
Right.
his focus on challenging limiting beliefs
Yeah.
and cultivating this mindset of no limitations
Right.
could also be seen as a way of
Empowering people
empowering individuals to overcome
to overcome those obstacles.
those external obstacles.
Yeah, like he's saying, don't let your circumstances define you.
Right.
Believe in yourself, set goals,
Yeah.
take action, even when it's hard.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah.
So it's about finding that balance.
Yes.
Right.
Acknowledging the realities,
Yeah.
but not being limited by them.
Not being limited by that.
Exactly. And that's where the adaptability of Hill's ideas comes in.
Okay.
While the book focuses on wealth,
Right.
a lot of his principles
Yeah.
can be applied to other goals.
Right. Starting a business, pursuing a passion.
Yeah, making a difference in the world.
It's about taking those core principles,
Yeah.
belief, visualization,
Persistence.
persistence,
And
action,
applying them to your own life.
your own situation, your own goals.
Exactly.
So is Think and Grow Rich still relevant today?
That's the big question, isn't it?
We've unpacked the core ideas,
Yeah.
explored the criticisms,
Yeah.
delved into the mysteries,
All the secrets.
all the secrets.
Yeah.
Does his advice still hold up
Yeah.
in the 21st century? Welcome back to our deep dive into Think and Grow Rich.
We've covered a lot of ground.
Yeah, we have.
All the core principles.
Yeah.
The criticism.
On the controversy.
Yeah.
Now let's bring it all home.
All right.
Is Hill's advice still a recipe for success?
It's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
I don't think there's a simple yes or no answer.
Right.
I mean, the world has changed a lot
A lot.
since Hill wrote this book.
Right.
But some of those core principles, they're still so relevant.
Yeah, like it's not like suddenly
Yeah.
belief and persistence are outdated,
Exactly.
but we can't ignore how the world has changed.
Right. We've got technology.
Yeah, technology, social media,
The gig economy.
the gig economy.
All this stuff creates new opportunities
Right.
and new challenges.
Yeah, things Hill couldn't have even imagined.
Imagine trying to explain
Yeah.
influencer marketing
Oh,
to
man.
someone in the 1930s.
It would blow their minds.
Totally.
So his principles are a good foundation,
Yeah, a good starting point.
but we need to be ready to adapt them.
Absolutely. We got to evolve with the times.
Yeah.
Like, take specialized knowledge, for example.
Uh,
Nowadays, you have to be adaptable. You
Right.
got to keep learning new skills.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just be an expert in one thing.
Right.
Things change so fast.
Yeah.
You got to be able to pivot,
Right. Right.
evolve as the world changes.
I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah,
Gone are the days of having one job for life.
totally.
You got to be a lifelong learner.
Exactly.
Stay curious, keep learning new things.
And that ties into Hill's principle of imagination.
Oh, right.
He thought it was the source of all great ideas.
Yeah.
And that's even more true today.
Yeah.
We got to think outside the box.
Yeah, come up with new solutions.
Innovative solutions
Yeah.
to all these complex problems we face.
Yeah.
imagine new possibilities.
Right. We can't just rely on the old ways of doing things.
Exactly.
We got to be creative.
Yeah.
Adaptable. Experiment, yeah.
Try new things.
Try new things.
One thing that really stood out to me about Hill
Okay.
was his emphasis on service.
Oh, right.
He says over and over again that real success, it's about contributing to others, not just personal gain.
Yeah, that's so important.
Yeah.
It gets lost sometimes.
Right?
All the hustle.
Like that?
The hustle culture.
Yeah.
Hill believed that lasting success,
Yeah.
it comes from integrity.
Ethics.
Ethics.
A genuine desire to make a difference.
To make the world a better place.
Exactly.
I think that resonates with people.
Oh, totally.
Especially younger generations.
They want their work to have meaning.
Right.
To contribute to something bigger than themselves.
It's not just about climbing the ladder.
No.
It's about purpose.
Exactly.
Making a positive impact.
And Think and Grow Rich reminds us of that.
Okay.
It's not just about getting rich. It's about living a fulfilling life.
A life of purpose.
A life of purpose.
Yeah.
A life that's both successful and meaningful.
So to wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave you with this Hill's book might not have all the answers for the 21st century.
Yeah.
But it gives us
principles
a powerful set of principles
that can guide us.
to guide us on our own journey.
However we define success.
It reminds us that we have the power.
The power to shape our reality.
Yeah.
Overcome challenges.
Yeah.
Achieve our dreams.
And make a difference.
Exactly.
And as Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve.
Powerful stuff.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
On this deep dive into Think and Grow Rich.
We hope you found it helpful.
Yeah, insightful.
And inspiring.
Inspiring.
And we encourage you to keep exploring these ideas.
Yeah, see how they apply to your own life.
In a way that feels right for you.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Keep diving deep.
Keep learning.
And keep reaching for your dreams.
See you next time.